It is Fivon here again, and you're welcome to our YouTube channel where we share trading insights, trading updates, and we help ourselves to grow in the financial market. So, today, which is June 11, I just want to give a quick update on the trades that we took. Wonderful day. So this is the screen right here, and the first trade we actually took was on Euro JPY, which actually didn't really go nice. You understand? Actually came back against us, and it has stop loss. You understand? Came back to it as stop loss right there, which was really quite sad. But yeah, we move. So we actually saw another trade, which is the second trade for the day on Euro USD, which actually went well. Very sweet trade, went well, as you can see on the chart. Went well, give about 1:2 RR. And yeah, the news came out after that, which was the CPI news came out after that, around 1:30 p.m. and came back to actually take a trade at break even. It actually met the first target, but it came back to take our trade at break even, which was fair. Then the third trade for the day. First trade we lost it. Second trade we took partials and we break even. We closed at break even. And then the third trade, which was on gold. So we sold gold after like the news actually pushed gold up all the way to my zone. Market gave me my confirmation and we started selling gold. Gave a good profit, gave about 280 pips profit to the downside, as you can see. Massive drop. And this was here again. We tried selling gold the second time, which this one didn't go well because the setup was not, as you can see, I highlighted it here, risk little on this because the setup was not my normal setup. You just see setup I just used. So then later on I sent this one, which was my normal setup. Look at that, and boom, market came back, activated it, and look at this, market went down. And see, simple stuff, market went down and look at that, eating both the TP from the first one and then the TP of the second one. So that was how we were able to get our third trade. This second entry gave us about 140 pips and the first entry gave us about 280. That's about 420 pips just today on gold. Then lastly, in the evening around 6 p.m., I was having a section with my students, a one-on-one session, and I saw a beautiful trade on gold. Look at that, and just look at it. 6:45, I send the signal right here, buy gold now, SL, and look at that. So market just started buying, market just started going in our direction without wasting time, and boom, within few minutes TP was smashed, giving us about 200 pips, which is even more in profit, right? Giving us about 200 pips. You can see it moved massively in our direction. So that was all the trade. So plus that's 400 pips, that is about 600 pips. 600 pips plus, you understand, which was a wonderful way to actually end a day. So the day. So I was just gonna show you guys how we actually came up with that trade on gold. On my trading view, I'm gonna show you guys how I was able to catch the sell and also the buy, so that at least this particular channel, my aim is to actually help everybody to grow, you understand, and become better traders. So now markets was actually, so this is the chart. So during the news 1:30 that came out around 1:30 p.m. GMT plus one, which is Nigerian time. Market started going up. And I was looking to sell from all the zone. Though I don't use limit orders. I don't believe in limit orders. Why? Because um we don't anticipate the market, we react to it. We don't anticipate, we react to it. So I believe that I need to see what the market is doing from the order flow perspective, from the back end of the market, before I can make any decisions to actually trade it, right? So now I saw that sell didn't hold. So what I was doing was I was looking for a new zone actually to use as my new sell zone. So what I did, I saw this zone. Let me just delete this. I saw this beautiful zone right here. Is a sell break of structure. Is a sell break of structure to the downside right here. Let me just delete that. Is a sell break of structure to the downside. As you can see, look at that. So sell break of structure, sell break of structure right there, and look at that, I was able to get my zone. So this was the break of structure to the downside that I was using. I was in this particular break of structure, this particular structure, to actually sell from there. So what I did was I was looking to use this candle as my entry, as my what do you call it, as my point of interest or area of interest. So I was using that candle as my area of interest. And if you check from the range, you see that that candle is inside the range of the low volume nodes. You understand, where there was no much transaction, where there was a where there was kind of a market manipulation, where the market did not actually do the correct transaction, and then the market is always going to come back there to actually react from that particular place, and then either it sell off. If it busts through that particular place, then it's going to keep on going all the way to the upside. That's one thing I know. You understand? So if there is any inefficiency in the market, that is the point where you can always find your inefficiency in the low volume nodes, where there's inefficiency, where there was no good transaction, the transaction was not good, so the market will always go back to go and correct those transactions. So it's just like a normal business, where if you have bad transaction, you want to actually go back to correct that, so that you can make profit from that. If you actually did wrong calculation or wrong transaction, you want to go back to correct it, so that you should not close in a loss. So that's what the market always does. Always leave these points to always come back to correct. So that was what the market did. So now that particular candle was inside that point. So I look for the volume order flow. I look for the low volume nodes of that candle, highlighted it out, and then I was just waiting for the market to come into that zone, because that was my next zone I was looking for the market to come into. So as you can see, market came into that zone right there. Market came into that zone, as you can see on the chart. You can see market came into the zone, rejected from it, right? Rejected from that zone. As soon as market rejected from the zone, what do we see? Market started selling immediately. So there is something I'm always looking for. I'm always looking for a money transfer. I'm always looking for a money transfer from the buyers to the sellers to actually look for my sell position right there. So that was what actually initiated this sell. Stop loss was about this high, and then take profit was right there. Yeah, so that was actually initiated this sell now, which was the first entry, which gave us good profit. Now the next sell was still on the same. The next sell was on the 3 minutes time frame. Yes, 3 minutes time frame. That was when we saw the next sell, which we saw inside. This one hasn't eaten this one has not yet eaten its target yet. So I knew the market is gonna definitely hit this target. You understand? I knew that like the back of my palm. You understand? So I knew that market is gonna actually hit that target for sure. But I was looking for another second entry, and that was what actually made me to enter. Sorry for that. That was actually what made me to enter this particular trade right here, this particular second sell. So I saw that, look at that, that is the range, that is the volume range. So this is definitely where we'll be looking to actually sell from, right? But we're not just going to sell from that whole zone. We want to single-handedly look for a candle. We want to look for a candle that are going to be selling with, right? We're going to look for a candle that we're going to be using to sell this particular market. So it's as simple as that. So we're looking for the candle. So I think it was this candle. Yeah, it was this candle. So this was the candle I used right here, this first candle from that particular zone. And if you can see, if you can zoom out very well, let me just place the line well on that candle. Good. So you need to always learn how to place the line very well so that you shouldn't make mistake, because there are sometimes cases like this will happen when market will just come and fade that eye out. So in this case, market faded that eye, and that was what actually made me to sell from there. Now, why did I sell from there? Using volume order flow, I was able to confirm that candle if it was a valid candle, confirm the activities at this particular place. If it was valid, this particular activity here, if it was valid, I was able to confirm that using my volume order flow, and also confirm the candle that is actually serving as the supply zone. So that was what actually led to this sell that we actually entered today, the second entry that would led to it. And then I actually put for my own trade, I actually put the same, put it at the same end, at the same take profit, right? So now after this particular trade I smashed and take profit, I was like, okay, I was teaching my students some stuff, which is my one-on-one class, and I suddenly jumped upon this one, upon this new trade setup right here. So how did I see this particular stuff? I saw the market came into a valid demand zone, very valid demand zone. So market came into that valid demand zone, and if you check, let's draw our volume range from the valid demand zone. Yes, if you check, you see that this is where we should be looking for anything like buys from. Right now, I want to look for a candle that is inside, that was formed in that zone, right? So this was the candle I used, this particular candle, and look at that. So when I saw the candle, I just looked for its low volume node, and it was exactly at this particular point. So when I saw that low volume node, let's go back to the chart. You see it, look at the journey, very far, right, since yesterday. But as soon as price reacts for me, that's all I need. If price can always react for my zone, I have nothing to fear. You understand? So you can see how price reacted from that zone right there. Good, price reacted from the zone, but sorry, price reacted from this zone right here, but I'm not scared. Why? Because I know if I see my volume order flow, which is my money transfer, then I can buy. So I saw my money transfer immediately, and then I bought just right there, and she saw everything, right? So that is how trading is. That was how we're able to catch about 650 pips today only on gold. Very simple stuff. Every trade on gold eats TP, you understand? So this is the simple breakdown of the trade. You understand, of how we're able to catch 620 pips today on gold. And also, um this concept, I don't want to go too deep on the concept, but the concept is actually cool and good. It will actually help you. You understand, it will help your trading, help everything that concerns you in trading. You understand. So um that was how we were able to catch 620 pips on gold. So make sure you actually watch the video, understand it, digest it, and if you know you have a question, just put down your question in the comment section. If you know you have a question, put down your put down your comment in the comment section. When I see it, I will answer it in the next video. So that will be all for today, guys. Thank you very much.